used to be one pigeon. Now there's lots of pigeons.
What's up, everybody? Hey, Grumpy. Hey, Joel Vetters. Hey, Bob S. Hey, Dear Mama. Semper Catching. First leg of the day. Let's go. Hey, guys. Yeah, we're just going a few hours before we pick me up from work. Kiddo just got off of school, so we're stopping back down. This is the hole that I almost had a state record carp out of last year. So I like to pop down here from time to time and see if she's still lurking. She's down here somewhere, and she is fat. So we're gonna get one pole in the water here, just with a bobber rig. We have my son here with me today. He's just munching on a snack. So we're gonna get the bobber rig out while I set up a second rig. How's everybody doing today? Appreciate those thumbs up, you guys. This first one in the water. Again, this is just a basic clip-on bobber rig, inline weight, tip the crawler. We're gonna get that one in the water. Stand back, buddy. You're in my casting area. I don't want to hit you with the hook. We'll get the old bobber floating there while I rig up a second pole here. Did you ever get a hold of the country club? I have not called. We're just down here because it's right by Mia's work. Geez, Josie's live now too. Everybody that I know is live. We got SoCal that's live, Skipjack Cindy's live, Thunderstruck's live, Josie's now live, and Chaos Goat Fishing is live. Everybody's live right now. But hi, Mom. Welcome, everybody. We're just getting set up here. Just slightly. SoCal isn't live. He was just a few minutes ago. I was watching him and talking to him as I was driving here. Bob S. Working, helping a friend. Have to put a plug in his brass clean out. Brass don't work a second time. Oh, okay. Yeah, brass tend to deform after they've been screwed in tightly one or more times. Where'd the bobber go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, he was having some issues with his phone overheating and the battery died. He switched locations a few times, but he's live right now. All right, there's the first one. We're actually I'm gonna change how this pole's sitting in the holder so you guys can actually see the rest of it. Yes, tar too. Oh, lovely. What's up, Stephanie? How you doing today, Steph? There, I tied up a new version of a high-low rig using fluorocarbon leader instead of the steel. But I forgot it in my truck and I don't feel like going back to get it. So we're gonna toss the old faithful here, the floating jig head out. See if maybe we can get something off that. this spot last year that I had, that I nearly had a state record carp. I like this fishing spot. Thanks, Fister. Yeah, there's some monster carp that lurk in the water right around here. What's up, Outfish? Hey, I got a question for you, Outfish. So I use vidIQ, and on there's like a competitor section, and it allows you to, the free version allows you to add like 6 competitors or something. So your channel is one that I've listed on there to watch your metrics. What the hell have you been doing the last 2 weeks? You have so many new subs. Is there one or more of your long form content videos that have just blown up? You have like 1,400 subs in the last 2 weeks, and you've barely been live. So I'm curious, what is it that's been, what have you been getting all the subs from? Long form views? Steady uploading? Is it one particular video that's really taken off in this last couple of weeks, or are you getting good conversion to subs from more than one? Yeah, let me fix that, Bob. We haven't gotten completely set up here yet. We just got the poles in the water. Let me fix Nightbot. I did look on your channel. Looks like you've been getting a decent amount of views on the long form content that you're putting up. It's just a crazy number of subs based upon views, because you haven't had that many views. I've had 10 times more views on my videos in the last 2 weeks than you have, but you have twice as many subs. So I was just curious if there was one particular video that was really taking off for you. You're doing good though. It's awesome to see that. Getting more watch time on my long time than lives. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the watch time. I was just curious about the conversion to subscribers, because you've had an insane number of subscribers the last couple of weeks. I mean, for comparison's sake, Crappy Man Jigs has had 1.4 million views in the last month, and he has like 1,200 subs. You've had like 30,000 views in the last month, other than your lives, and you have like 1,400 subs. Yeah, you're getting real close there, buddy. That's awesome.
Can you go to the bathroom?
Oh, of course. I was just curious if there was one or more of your long form content, like which video is it that's gotten a ton of subs? Because I've been following you for a while. I mean, you do get a steady amount of subs, but it's blown up the last couple of weeks. You have like 10 times more subs than you normally have. What's up, Mandy's Candy? Hey, 420. Give me a sec here and I will fix. Hey, Miles. Appreciate the like. Hey, Mr. Nobody. Hey, Colby. Grumpy Bass. All right, let me fix the, what am I doing? We're fishing, Azo. What are you doing? Doing good. Doing good, Mandy. Doing good. All right, let's fix the, first thing to do is dot reset dash catches. Got any fish yet? Azo, we just put our poles in the water. Oh, dang it, if I could spell right. Reset. No, Predator, this is live. There's no delay. No, we haven't caught anything yet. We've had the poles in the water for like 5 minutes. Where? Appreciate the sub there, country girl for real.
Found green penny.
Oh yeah, the green is called oxidization. That's how copper, what pennies are made of. When copper rusts, it turns green or bluish. When iron rusts, it turns orange or reddish.
You mean this green?
Yeah.
Copper?
Yeah.
Put
Put it in your pocket. I don't want it. It's your penny. Where are you from? We're from central Montana here, AZO. I'm trying not to go live. No, I enjoy the live streams. But yeah, you're absolutely killing it with the content you've been posting lately. I've been watching you, watching the metrics on your channel, and you've been doing real well. I think you're out. I'd like to see a record. Yeah, let's hope so. This is the spot that last year I missed out, and in fact, I brought the same stupid net today, not thinking. The carp literally wouldn't fit in the net. So I lost the record. Damien, be really careful down there, buddy. You see all them sharp metal things sticking up out of the ground? I would prefer if you stayed up here. It's really dangerous down there. I don't want you to trip and fall and get poked by something. Please come back up here, buddy. Talking to my son, Justin. Damien, come on, buddy. I know you like being near the water, but I don't want you around all the sharp, rusty stuff. You're too clumsy. Country girl for real says Northern Indiana. Nice, yeah, we're in central Montana here. We're underneath a bridge here in Great Falls, Montana. Go around where it's not so steep. You're gonna fall, get your hand out of your pocket while you climb, man. Go around. I don't want you climbing up the steep and falling back into the sharp stuff, buddy. What's up, Smoke? Predators from Pakistan. Nice. I don't know where that's coming from. Somebody spilled a drink or something. How was your day? Doing good. I worked today. It was a long day, but we're done with work. Kiddos out of school. We're just waiting to pick me up from work. So we're gonna kill a few hours down here fishing. But yeah, Elfish, I get so busy, I haven't had time to do much long form content lately. Man, it's been like a week since I've even posted a short. I really need to take a day off from doing lives and get some other content out. Yep. Called 5 o'clock traffic. That's everybody getting off of work. Rush hour traffic. I love fishing too, Smoke. Is that a bite on that pole on the left for you guys? No, I guess it'd be on the right. We're on the other camera. I look like it might have been a nibble on this guy. We're gonna get the bobber recast here. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this fishing spot. Oh man, wind nut, lovely. All right, well that's fun. We're gonna undo a wind nut. You guys see that? I think I had my I just recently re-spooled this reel, and I think I might have had my spool on the fish winder stick upside down or something. I've been getting so many wind knots since I re-spooled, and it's just this one pole. You got a beautiful voice. Thank you, Predator. Fishing with Raheem. What's up, Fishing with Raheem? You're in India. Cool beans. I'm done. It was easy, clean wire brush, 3-inch plug. Oh, always nice when things work out. Never seems to be my luck. I get into something and it ends up taking 10 times longer than I expected. So, congratulations. YouTube is playing my videos after other ones folks watch finished. My views are from up next or YouTube suggestions, apparently. Yeah, so if you put them in a playlist, I know that it'll do that. And if you, I've heard also that if you link, like in the description of your video, link a playlist, that oftentimes it will keep feeding people videos from the same playlist. I haven't messed around with that too much or really seen how it works. But yeah, that's awesome. You have no playlists? Interesting. Bob, if you type .where, it'll tell you what water body we're fishing on and what city or state or city it's near. Yeah, I have no dot or no space between the dot. There you go. On my channel, I get lots of views from shorts. I have 60 subs, but shorts bring people to the channel. Do you have YouTube Studio? Yeah, Country Girl, I do. Yeah, I was more so just asking about the conversion from views to subs, because Outfish has an insane number of subs that he's got in the last couple of weeks, with not a whole ton of views. I mean, he's gotten a good amount of views, just not, I mean, the conversion rate has been amazing. But no, Outfish, I do a separate playlist for every different water body I fish out of. That's how I've set it up. So every time I post a video, add it to the playlist of other videos from that particular water body. What's up, Fishy Things? Thanks for the 100. I saw you were live earlier while I was working. I stopped in for a little bit, but didn't say anything. Did you have any luck fishing today? Oh, come on, wind knot. Get out of there. Four carp, biggest 11 pounds. That's a nice size carp. Heck yeah. Do you fish with pack bait, worms, bread? What do you like to use for carp? I get views and subs from videos I made 2 years ago as well. Nice, Outfish. Yeah, so far lives have really where I've gotten 98% of my subs. I get very few to no views on any of the long form content that I've put out, though there's only like 4 or 5 videos. My subs, I get maybe 1, or excuse me, my shorts, I might get 1 or 2. I think the best conversion I've had on any individual short that I've posted was like 8 subs. All of my subs are from my lives. I did bread versus corn test today. Okay. How'd that go? Which did you have better luck? Fishing for trout, should you change bait with the change of the seasons? Well, they always say, match your hatch. So whatever the newest hatch is, you're supposed to try and match that, whether, that's the fish hatch or the bug hatch. I know fly fishermen change what they're fishing with almost on a weekly basis around here. Nah, I'll get after sturgeon again. Sturgeon fun is some of the funnest fishing. You guys get such bigger sturgeon around there. Those lake sturgeon are nice. I wish we had those here. Oh, good Lord. This snag here is a pain in the butt. Are we getting nibbles on that pole? I can't tell. Keep feeling like we're getting nibbles, but they're just tiny. Ancient art caught 54-inch lake sturgeon. Yeah, somebody was telling that in my live the other night. Caught a shovel nose in my last live. Is that what it was? A 54-inch shovel nose? Yeah, you got to look up either pallid sturgeon, shovel nose sturgeon. You got to look up specifically what kind of sturgeon. We have 3 different kinds of sturgeon. I was gonna say that's huge for a shovel nose. I was assuming it was a lake trout, or excuse me, a lake sturgeon. NPC King, what's up, NPC? How you doing, by the way, Rooster? Mal Biggie, where are you fishing? We're in central Montana on the Sun River. Triggy, any goods? No, not yet. I think we've had a couple of nibbles on the pole that's in the water right now, but I'm currently messing with and trying to get a wind knot out of this second pole. I don't want to cut it off, so I'm trying to unknot it. From cartoon Tom and Jerry, Jerry's nephew was called Nibbles. Oh God, I don't remember that, Joel. I was fishing right next to him and got skunked. Oh, fishy things, that's frustrating. Joker's Harley Venom, nope, no luck yet. We've been in the water for about 20 minutes. Deer straight, oh yeah, there he is. I didn't even see him. That's a little, a whitey? Yeah, it looks like a whitetail. Down there munching on the branches. That's just a baby. That's a yearling. Do you see the deer over there? In the trees? Yeah, there he goes. Back up into the trees. Drying up our Colorado. Oh man. Yeah, all the water body levels have been so low around here. My eyes work quick. Yeah, you spotted him. Yeah, we're right in the city here too. There's just these patches of, wilderness right on the edge of the rivers that herds of deer like to live in. Seen it come down to the river right away. I love the outdoors. Heck yeah. Now there's probably a whole herd back in there. I'm sure it's. In fact, yeah, there's another one right behind it in the trees. You can just barely see them in the trees, and then that second one climbed up over into the trees. So there's probably 2, 3, 4 of them. Might see them come out of there. Good luck, catch some monsters. Thanks, Mal. Yeah, that second one should be coming through the break in the trees there. Oh, I say, I'm gonna quit looking at deer and get this damn line untangled so we can catch some fish. Wonka, next month I'm going fishing in Germany. Harz region, look forward to it. Nice, Wonka. That sounds fun. There you are, buddy. How you doing? Doing good, Eric. How are you today? Thanks for the sub there, Mal Biggie. Oh my lord, this knot is terrible. I just need to get like one of these knots out and the whole thing should unravel. There we go. Yeah, there are, I'm sure, some amazing spots in Germany to fish. Bird's nest? Yeah, I did. I had well, not a bird's nest, a wind knot in my braid here. I just re-spooled the line on this reel about a week ago, and I think I might have had the damn spool upside down when I wound her on, and it's we've been getting a substantial amount of wind knots since I re-spooled it, which is odd because this line has, one of the reasons that I switched to it is because I was having, the one rig that I had it on, I was having like 10 times less wind knots than the other rigs that I was using. All right, there we go. Wind knot defeated. In Asia, lots of amazing spots to fish also. No fishing license needed. Oh, really? They don't require a fishing license? That's pretty sweet. All right.
Backwards.
Will you, please, you're in my space, buddy. All right, let's try this again. Well, that's all I got to feed you. I don't have anything else. You picked out your snack. You should have got a bigger snack.
Hey, you're worms. I'm trying to escape.
That's all right. All right. Sorry about the delay there, guys. We had a gnarly wind knot that I was untangling. Hopefully there we go. Much better. This one looks fine. Ooh, that's a buck. Did you guys see that one? That's a nice little buck. If he comes out of the trees there. Where is he? Which tree am I looking at here? There it is. I don't know if you guys can see him over there, top of the screen, right by the water edge. If he comes back out, you should be able to see. Not a big buck, looked like maybe a 2x2, a 2x3. Oh, there's the baby right behind it. I pointed in the right direction there. What the hell am I even looking at? It's so hard to find on the... No. Wait, they're there. The buck poking his head down. There he is. Nice little whitey. That's cool. He's gonna go for a swim. Isn't that cool? Now he's got, yeah, that's a whitey. He's got what? 1, 2, 3? 3, and then the eye guard, so a 3x3. What's up, Fishing with Rivers? And there's a little baby one right next to it to the right. You can see his feet sticking out from underneath the branches there.
Did you see?
What?
Right up there, there was a popcorn spider and a black widow on top. He left me alone. He's good.
All right, well, stay away. If you're seeing black widows, stay away from them, please.
Yeah, I don't see triangle, but
Yeah, there's a little whitetail buck, and there's a yearling that's coming out. In fact, there's 2 of them. So I'm assuming mama and the yearling, or it's 2 little yearlings. I can't tell. We got Nature Channel here today. I think his name is Venison Sausage, maybe. It just looks like 2 little. I don't know, it's so hard to tell. Oop. Got spooked. That's his girlfriend's? Maybe. They're awfully young. I mean, so is he, though. River's near me, 10 minutes away. Just can't fish anymore due to my arthritis. Oh, man, that stinks. Well, I'm glad you come and hang out and fish with me, buddy. We'll catch a fish for you. We got wolves here, one in the news. That one was not scared, and the whole law changed because of him. Got to teach them. Yeah, they're over there. I think those are called Russian olive trees. I think they're picking the little berries off of them. I don't know if it's truly an olive or if it's just called that, but there's weird little green fruits that grow off of them. Yeah, we're in an urban area right now. I mean, literally right on the edge of town. There's a freeway right over the top of us. There's just kind of a patch of wilderness over there. If you guys could kind of see there, like the brown.
found a plastic
Hold
root.
up, Damien, not right now. The brown, like the hump, the hill in the background there, it's called a dike or an embankment. The Army Corps of Engineers built a dike around the Sun River here back in the 60s or 70s or something like that as a flood prevention. But yeah, they're going. We're gonna point back over to our fishing here. Oops. Cool to see them though. Wolves in Montana repopulated from Canadian. Yeah, there are. You don't hear about them very often. Normally, when you hear about them, it's farmers complaining that they're eating their calves or chickens or. But yeah, we do have a steadily growing population of wolves here in Montana. 45-year fishing vet. Nice. Well, even if you can't fish yourself anymore, you're always welcome to come hang out and fish with me, buddy. A growing population, I'm sure. No, I did hear something. I think it was last year or the year before. There's some people pushing to try and get the state of Montana to allow for a limited number of wolf tags to be given out, or every year, so people can hunt them. lighter?
Yeah, which is. Yeah, it still
It's a
works.
dead. No, it's dead.
It lights a little bit.
No, that's not. That's just. That's the spark that lights the gas that makes fire. Dead skunk? What are you talking about, man? We don't have regular coyotes no more. They all mixed with wolves. Oh, really? Yeah, we have tons of coyotes around here. I've never actually seen a wolf in the wild here. I know that we have them though. See coyotes quite often. They're all around us. Coy wolves. Huh. Yeah, there's wolves here in Montana. Our government introduced wolves. My country's small. We have no casualties, only dogs. Small child 2 weeks ago. People interfering with sticks. Yeah, they're a dangerous predator to have. I know people like to preserve and try and repopulate them, but there's some of them apex predators that just they might be better off left extinct in certain areas. Can't be having wolves eating children. And we have wolves. El Dabo should have saw the lake here last night. The pike were jumping clean out of the water. Saw a 4-footer jump 3 foot out of the water on my way home. Never have seen that. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I think I want to come fish your lake there, El Dabo. That sounds like my kind of lake. Oh, cool. I'm in California. I thought we didn't have wolves here, but just find out we have gray wolves. Huh. I assume in Northern California. I know a guy being hunted by a wolf on his own property. Yeah, if I ever spotted, if I lived out in the wilderness like that, never spotted a wolf stalking me, I don't care what the law says. I would end that wolf. He put his place for sale. Well, I mean, if there's one, there's probably more. Lee, how long you been out fishing? We've been live for a little over half an hour. We're just killing a few hours waiting for Mia to get off work. We're right down by her work. Towards Redding. Okay. Yeah, northern, close to Oregon. Oh, dang it. This spot is so snaggy. Dave James, my man, just before I'm going to sleep, any fish? Nope, no fish yet, Dave. Thanks for stopping through. How you doing today, Dave? Getting ready for bed, huh? What is a wolf? I don't know those. When I see the news and see they kill a whole herd. What's up, David Rowe? How you doing, my friend? Nevada might have wolves too? Huh. I guess as long as there's a food source, they're probably a pretty hardy animal. I'd imagine they could live in all sorts of different climates. Wonka, believe it or not, they're doing a job on those wolves. You guys have donkeys in your fields with other livestock. I'm good, mate. You? Oh, doing awesome. Had a fairly easy day at work. Had to wait for the kiddo to get home from school before I could come out fishing, but we're just gonna kill a few hours fishing before Mia gets off. Caught my first tiger trout the other day. Oh, heck yeah. Any decent size on it, or? Damien, buddy, no. Away from the water, away from the sharp thing sticking out. No. Come on, man. Please, will you listen? Same thing. Sorry, guys. Goes, doing his thing. He likes to be around the water, but there's these, I don't know if you guys can see these or not. I don't know what they used for fill around here, but it's just got big sticks of sharp, chunky aluminum and steel sticking up out all over the place here. It's not where I want him climbing around. That's trash. Please stop picking. If you're gonna pick up trash, put it in a pile and collect it. We'll bring it with us when we leave. But don't play with trash. It's trash. It's a hand heater. They're a package that when you take them out, you shake them up, and then they stay really warm for a while.
Oh, that should work from a pocket.
No, it's trash. They only work for a little while. Don't put.
Do I have a pocket? What?
Wait.
That's so warm.
Try and catch a single crayfish. Yeah, they're down here. We could try and I can go look and see if I can find a crawdad. I know I was a kid. I know. I'm giving him directions to try and keep him from hurting himself, and he doesn't listen until the 9th time he's told something. Not really. They're all 12 to 16 inches. It was just a small pond. Got a few rainbows too. One was 19. Oh, that's still cool though, Aldabo. Kids in Fishing Nightmare. Yeah, I wish he would come down here and fish instead of digging through junk. It just worries me. He treasure hunts, and twice last year I found him carrying around in his treasure pile hypodermic needles. Yeah, there's such a drug problem in America, and people, the junkies, they use them and then they just toss them. And as many times as I've explained to him how dangerous it is and how he should not be touching them, let alone, stuffing them in his pocket. Twice last year he had them. He just doesn't get it yet. He's too young. I know. What kind of animals are around you besides the people? Oh God, we have so many different creatures lurking here in Montana. I mean, we just saw the white-tailed deer. There's mule deer, there's skunk, there's raccoons, there's bats, there's beavers, muskrat. My 7 kids have kids, I know, yeah. Now, there's a wild array of different animals that lurk around here, even pretty close to the city. 4 kids under my roof. I don't know how y'all do it. 1 is more than plenty. Chupacabras? Maybe, Joel. Maybe. Mountain lions. Oh yeah, we have, I think, 3 or 4 different species of wildcats. Mountain lions, bobcats, oh God, what are the other ones? Cougars. Bobtail. There's a bunch of different wildcats. Last night I was pike fishing and another one, one broke right through my jet, destroying it, and the other one that was total hog, probably 25 pounds, freaking jacked my scale before jumping out of the boat. Oh man. What are chupacabras? Chupacabras are a fabled creature, kind of like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. Lynx, yeah, that's another one we have here in Montana. It's a joy when I was going to work, maybe why I stay busy. Montana Mothman, one bobtail we want to see. Jackalope. Slow and steady, buddy, please don't fall. All right, so I have a second rod here. I got the one rod set out on the holder and the other one I'm holding in my hand. Cryptids. You mean a goat sucker? Yes, redacted. What's up, redacted? Bass fishing and salmon fillets galore coming up soon here. Nice, Bob. Yeah, there's rainbow trout. There's really good sized brown trout that come out of the Sun River here too. There's walleye, there's pike, carp, bullheads, burbot. We got all sorts of things lurking here in the sun. A Bengal? No, we don't have Bengals here. How long we've been fishing for? About 45 minutes we've been live. Damien, buddy, keep your butt out of the dirt over there. Keep on your feet. It's really gross there, man. That's where we're not gonna get into it. The ground is gross. Stay off of the ground. You can look, but don't sit and roll around in it. We're sitting underneath a bridge where there's a bunch of hobos that usually hang out. He's over there rolling around and puke and piss and crab people walk and talk like people. Isn't Montana known for its exceptional trout fishing? Yeah, rainbow trout, brown trout, cutthroat trout, bull trout, lake trout. Montana is a world-class trout fishing state. I've never been huge into trout fishing, but they're definitely here. Is this in the UK? Sadu, no, this is in America. We're in central Montana. Bengal tiger, okay. Just bought an upgrade for game for that. What's up, Diego? Made me laugh what you just said about them rolling around and shit. I tell them every time, and especially here is bad. We're right under a bridge, and there's quite a large number of people that party and sleep and hang out under here. The ground where he's over there digging for treasures is especially gross, and he's literally over there rolling around in it. What's your biggest catch on this river? Last year I had right at the same exact spot, I estimated it was about a 50-pound common carp. And the damn thing would not fit in my net. I struggled, oh man, I had that fish on the line for a solid 15 minutes. Got her reeled in, tried getting it in the net, missed the netting. It swam back out and spooled my reel. Got her back in and tried fighting, getting it in the net. It just simply wouldn't fit in the net. And ended up breaking the line off while I was trying to net it. But beyond that, biggest I've caught out of the sun is probably 18-pound pike. You ever traveled south to Wyoming to fish? No, I haven't. I've only ever fished in 2 states, southern Florida on the Gulf Coast side, near Fort Myers, Cape Coral area, and here in Montana. Yeah, it was so frustrating. But I stop back down here every once in a while. I know that a lot of big carp like that are fairly territorial. So she's probably still lurking down here. One of these days I'm going to get her in the net, because it would be, it's about 10 pounds bigger than our state record. It would be not only a state record, but it would absolutely destroy our state record. Yeah, super bummer. It's the biggest fish I've ever had on shore. I mean, you could see here, it's fairly shallow at the edge. I had it in the shallows, but probably about 3 feet out, it drops off to be about 6 feet down. And yeah, I was in the water, you know, up to my knees in the water, trying to net it and wrestle it into the net. And she broke off and was still just flopping around in the shallows. And I had so much crap in my pockets. I had my phone, my wallet, my keys, a battery, you know, just my vape, a whole bunch of shit. And I was like, man, as much as I would love to go in there and wrestle this fish back out, I'm not doing it. Lake Michigan has 136 species of fish and over 1,685 miles of shoreline. Wow. Yeah, we only have, I think there's a total of 69 species that the Fish, Wildlife, and Park website lists for the state of Montana. What are you using for bait? Right now, just Nightcrawlers. How far are you from the Canadian border? Lethbridge is, I think, the first major city on the Canadian side from here, and it's about 170 miles. I think the actual Canadian border is 130, 140. We're pretty close to Mexico. Or Mexico, Canada. This is Mexico. It's the opposite side. Was there back in '99, miss it. My dude, have great adventures. My adventure's done, I'm going to sleep. Next stop is Germany. I'll contact when I'm going to fish. Nice, Wonka. Good luck in Germany. Hope you catch some monsters. Definitely swing back through and let us know how it goes for you. Hey, Square Body. How you doing, my friend? North Mexico. Yeah, we're in the great North Mexico right now. Should take a trip up to Canada to fish for pike sometime. I really would like to. There's a couple of spots that aren't actually all that far from me. I follow any northern pike catches on FishBrain, and there's a couple of water bodies that are not too far from the Canadian border that I see them pulling just absolutely beautiful northern pike out of there quite commonly. I have never looked into the logistics of how you go about fishing in a different country. You know, what kind of tags, or excuse me, licenses would be required, what they cost, you know, for somebody who's coming from out of state. What the logistics look like of bringing fishing gear across the border, I don't know. Bought a 20-pound koi carp for his koi pond today. That's a fat koi. Man, people spend some obscene amounts of money on koi sometimes. I've watched some of those, you know, like koi shows where they bring and they have like $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 koi. When you get 100K subs, are you gonna plan a nationwide fishing tour? I would love to. Yeah, if I ever get to the point where I got 100,000 subs, we'll be doing some crazy stuff. I mean, we haven't caught a damn thing yet. Fairly expensive. I mean, as long as it's not prohibitively expensive, I'd be down. Oh, you mean for the koi? I'm sorry, I was still thinking fishing in Canada. Sister has a koi pond. She has 8 of them. It'd be fun. I would love to have a pond in my yard, but it honestly sounds like a lot of work. And with the winters that we have here, I don't know how a shallow pond would do. I think my fish would die every year. Do you get paid for not a damn thing? No. I mean, I don't make any money off of YouTube to begin with. I basically pay to stream. We do have a few really nice people that have donated to the stream to help cover the cost of the Starlink that we use to power the streams. But for example, a video, like a live stream, if I have a live stream that gets, say, 25,000 views, the wind? It's gotta be the wind. A live stream with 25,000 views that say is, you know, an 8-hour video, I make about $2 from YouTube ads that are shown before the live. I mean, it's nothing. I spend more money in gas getting here than I make from the ads. But I'm not on YouTube to make money. You know, I'm here to, I'm fishing anyways. Whether I was on YouTube or not, I would be out here fishing. I stream on YouTube because I enjoy streaming, fishing lives, like going into other people's lives and watching them fish and hang out. And I figured that, you know, there aren't a lot of Montana fishermen that stream, and I figured it'd be a place that a lot of people would like to come and watch. There are so many beautiful places around here to fish, and we have not the biggest fish in the world or the nation, but we got some pretty nice fish around here. I just figured a lot of people would enjoy coming and hanging out and fishing with me. It gets cold after over here, and it's only like 2 meters deep. Ooh, we got some bubblies there. We're gonna reposition to the bubblies. There you go. I got my bobber over here off screen. There's a couple of spots that just started bubbling up, which is commonly carp. Pike do it as well sometimes. How's the current there? The current currently is going backwards. My mate has an air source heater on his pond so he can keep the temp up over the winter. What kind of temperatures are you getting there? You know, I mean, we get 40 below zero here. I don't know if just a simple pump is gonna help with that. What's up, guys? We don't see a lot of fish with the senior's birthday. Come on now, Hammy. Come on now. Be nice. Ireland. Hopefully a turtle is not making them bubbles. I agree, Lee, I agree. That is pretty much my least favorite thing to catch is turtles. Once you start getting sponsors, then you'll sell your soul to the capitalists. Oh no. I doubt many people are gonna offer to sponsor me. There's one company that I would like to sponsor me. It's a local Montana brand that makes some really nice rods and reels. But as far as I understand it, they currently only sponsor bass fishermen, walleye fishermen that actively participate in the tournament circuits. But I'd like to get sponsored by them because I would like to run and plug their gear. They make really nice reels, really nice rods, and they're expensive, and I don't want to go buy a whole bunch of them. So I just want the free gear. But unfortunately, I don't do the tournament circuit currently, and I'm a terrible bass fisherman, and I've caught very few walleye. So I'm not really what they're looking for. We'll talk about them when they sponsor me and start giving me some free shit. Until then, they shall remain nameless. Lots of amazing trout fishing in Ireland. Is there? Death row, there's no alligators, bro. I think you say that every time you join my live. Will you please get up off the goddamn ground? Because you're covered in dirt, and then you get back in my truck and you bring all the dirt into the truck. You want to go roll in the grass, go roll in the grass. Don't roll in the dirt. Is fish brain worth paying for? What's extra? I mean, that's kind of up to you. I love fish brain. I use it all the time. What you get, there's quite a few. Mostly it's analytics, metrics, more specifics about the data of what fish are caught, when they're caught, what they're caught with, is what you get when you pay for it. Just the free version is handy though. You can see, local water bodies around you. You can see, when people are catching fish and what water body they're catching them at. What you can't see is where on that water body they're catching it or what they're catching it with. You don't get any of the metrics, over time. So I can look at all my catches that I've posted for the last 3 years and see trends. Moon cycle, for example. I've noticed that on a waxing crescent moon, when the wind is blowing from the west or south by southwest, I have exponentially more pike catches than I do any other time of the month. So it's stuff like that. So if you're into analytics and you fish a lot and you'd like to be able to see trends of data that you've got, it's really, really helpful. But what I would suggest is to use it for a while. Use the free version. Don't jump straight to the paid and see if you like it. If you like the base features of it, it might be worth upgrading. And if you do the yearly subscription on it, it's actually not that bad. It's like $50 or something like that for a year, $60. So I mean, you're paying like $3 to $5 a month. I throw away 10 times more of that a month in rotten bait.
Water down here says sweat is black.
Damien, it's called blacktop or asphalt. There's not in the water. It's free to walk on and drive on, not for the water.
Is this a dry land? It's kind of not.
I mainly pike fish. Brown trout in Ireland, okay. Any other kind I'd have to look up. Subs matter. Salmon in Ireland? I don't know. I don't know anything about Ireland, other than it's a really pretty country. Where's my damn bobber? I lost it. There it is. She's back. They look amazing, the trout there. Nice splash in the background. Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, I run my boat up the Sun River here sometimes. The channel that's in the middle of the bridge here is usually pretty good. I've caught a couple of pike out of there. Upstream from here, there's a train bridge, and right on the train bridge, I've caught a bunch of really nice pike. Every once in a while, you'll pull a walleye out. Some really nice carp. Occasionally, you pull out a rainbow or a brown trout. It's a gene pool. What's a good bait for pike? EMC, any kind of cut bait. I like to use white sucker cut bait or chub. Either of those work real well. Other than that, crankbaits are probably my favorite for pike. Rod later when you get the chance, look up trout fishing in Ireland. All right, yeah, I'll check it out. What makes pike fishing fun to you? It's one of the largest freshwater species here in Montana. They are a really good fighting fish usually. They're big, they're toothy, and it's also one of my favorite fish to eat. So there's a lot of reasons I like that. Was that monster carp on a bread ball? Yes, it was. Yep. Big old chunk of, in fact, that one was on a dinner roll. I have hot dog buns here today, which I should throw on this pole here. I wanted to try a worm for a little bit, but I think it might be time to switch to a bread ball here on one of these lines. Never have tried a carp. People keep telling me that they're really good to eat. I just have never tried it. I don't know, I get so many other species of fish that I already like to eat. I don't really have a big desire to eat or try carp. They sure are fun to catch though. It's close to Ireland. Is it hard fillet and pike with Y-bone they have? Lee, it's definitely, it's a couple more steps than a lot of the other fish that don't have the Y-bones. But once you've done it a few times, it's not actually that hard. You just got to know that they're there, so you don't inadvertently leave a bunch of pin bones in your fillets. But no, it's not hard. It's just a couple extra steps, and you got to know where they're at. Once you've done it a few times, it's quite easy to do. Good luck, dude. Thanks, Golden Eye. Golden Yaz. Doug Robertson, welcome to the stream. There was a guy that used to come into my channel. He lived on the Isle of Man. Oh, okay, I've heard of that. Northern pike is, yeah, it's actually my favorite to eat, Lee. Northern pike is delicious. Hey, Tasha. What's up, Mad Dog? What have you caught today? What's the biggest pike today? We haven't had any bites yet today. It's close to Ireland. You talked about the trout all the time. All right. Catch and release all except for when I'm hungry. Yeah, Bob. No, there's the few species of fish that I will usually keep some in the freezer because I like fish is northern pike, channel cat, and walleye. And I will keep rainbow trout occasionally or salmon to smoke. What tastes better, walleye or pike? I prefer pike. Walleye's really good eating though too. It's a challenge that keeps me fishing for pike. I only catch and release. I got a pike a year ago. It was 12 pounds. Caught a few weeks ago. Came in at 15.5 pounds. Yeah, if you can pull out a pike over 10 pounds, you're doing good. That's a damn good fish, and they are fun. Too big to eat, though. Anything that big is not good eating, in my opinion. 2 to 3 pounds is usually what I'm looking for a keeper to eat. There are terminating carp here. I think they want to replace the common carp with the native buffalo fish. Huh. Walleye's tender. Yeah, see, pike is a nice, firm, white, very light, fishy tasting fish. I love them. You just have to prepare them properly. What's up, Justin Case? Like number 85. Thank you, my friend. Nice one, brother. Yep, pike. You've never eaten pike. A lot of people haven't. A lot of people, you know, they hear that they're hard to fillet, so they don't even try. That, and again, a lot of people can't get past the sliminess of the pike. They think because the pike is slimy that they're going to be gross to eat, and they're really not. They're one of the best tasting fish around, in my opinion. Freshwater, at least. Can only take like 5 pounds to eat. Anything bigger will go back. pike and perch are the mildest fish to eat best, in my opinion. Yeah. Perch is really good. I've never really caught sizable perch around here. You know, 10, 11 inches is a pretty big perch to me. And that's just, it's not of the size that I would usually waste my time and energy trying to fillet. I got a lot of friends, though, that'll fill up, you know, a whole stringer full of, you know, 10 inchers and go home and fillet them and make fish tacos. They're really good eating. It's just a lot of work to fillet small fish like that. A smaller fish oftentimes is harder to fillet than, you know, a bigger fish, up to a certain point. Carp are sedentary and they stay in places with low currents because they're lazy. Yep. Now, catfish is really good. Again, if it's, again, the smaller sized ones. Once they start getting over 2-3 pounds, they start developing quite a bit of fat on them. And the fat on catfish tends to be quite gamey tasting. And you end up having to cut off a whole lot of meat to get rid of the fat. 12 inchers are good. I'm quick at cleaning them. Yeah, I do have one friend that uses an electric filleting knife, and he's really quick at filleting them. I don't have an electric filleting knife, and they take me a long damn time to fillet. They catch nice eater perch around here in all small lakes. Some are just sloughs. Find something else to do, man. You are getting covered in dirt. And I've asked you a bunch of times now to quit. Enough. Quit. No. Quit getting dirty. Sit. Electric fillet knife is the only way to go. Yeah, I have 3-4 different fillet knives. You know, different sized ones, different shaped ones. I've never tried an electric fillet knife. Rod, if you're baiting for pike anytime soon, try mackerel with head off. Watch the magic happen. Yeah, next time I come down here to the Sun River, I really need a dead bait. Still just go with one fillet knife, but I want an electric one. Yeah, my buddy that uses them says it's a game changer. He says he'll never fillet with a non-electric fillet knife again. Well, we had something picking at it. Let's throw a little chunk of hot dog bun on here and see if the old fatty carp is around. I'm gonna target some keeper perch coming up soon. What lure you got right now? We have one pull out with a bobber and a Nightcrawler, and I'm throwing a bread ball out there right now to see if the carp want to come play. salmon heading into creeks and some still staging. Once there's a spawn mode, it's good to leave them be. Skip the bun, put the hot dog on there. Bro just used Nightcrawlers. Yeah, right now we're just crawlers and worm, or excuse me, crawlers and bread. Battery opted flay knife. Yeah. Starting to deadbait here in the next few days, hunting for a PB 35 plus pounder. Start to post more soon. Yeah, as we get deeper into fall here, the pike bite should really start up. They start fattening up for the winter, and baiting is an incredibly effective method to catch big pike. You ever tried using shrimp? I use shrimp when I'm catfishing. I've never had a good pike bite off of shrimp though. I get better luck with Nightcrawlers than I do shrimp for pike. But yeah, for salmon, there are quite a few water bodies around here that allow snagging for salmon during spawn period, because the males end up, you know, washing up on shore and dying anyway. And they allow anywhere from 40 to 70 per person per day, depending on the water body. They're garbage to eat though, in my opinion. I've taken a couple home to eat in the past, and they're just mush. They're gross. So we have upstream from here, I fish sometimes. You can just see in the background there a train bridge. I fish down there for pike usually. It's really snaggy down there. Right here is where I came down here trying to see if we could coax the fat carp to come back out that I missed last year. Underneath the bridge. Getting dirty, even though I told him to get out of the damn dirt. Not a whole lot to look at. This is the River's Edge Trail. It runs, this is kind of the start of it here, and it runs about 10 miles up the river, along the river here. Super long. Not the prettiest place I fish, but there's some big fish in here. David, don't step on that, man. No, get away from the edge. The heater's on my mate's pond. It's called an air source heat pump. It heats the water. I think it works like a fridge, but in reverse, so he can feed his fish all year long and they don't go. All right. How deep is the water body though, Dave? I mean, has he got a decent sized pond? Is it, you know, 8, 10, 12 feet deep, or is it shallower than that? Walleye are barely biting here even with baits. Fall is going to come soon. Hope the spawning ones come in, have some fun, release the giants. How it went last year. Nice, Dwight. Yeah, I haven't had great luck fishing for walleye this year, other than the stream that we did from Helena Causeway. We caught, I think, 22 walleye over that stream. Fishing Welland now, and that's in Niagara area. Yeah, I thought walleye was a spring spawn. My boat's too small to get out the bar that time of year in the winter. Eric, I fished Lake Michigan here. Heard great fishing on Erie. Oh, I'm sure there's amazing fishing on Erie. That's just one of them big water bodies that's, unless you got a good sized boat, it's scary to fish. Big water bodies like that is dangerous. Yeah, that's what I thought. Outfish. She's a wee bit windy here today. Got the pole dancing around. I go out, but only a few miles or so offshore. How big is your boat, Outfish? Is it 18 or a 20 footer? I think your boat looked a little bit bigger than mine. North Wisconsin has plenty of muskie and pike. Yeah, I think my next boat stream's either going to be, we might try and put her in at Pishkin to do some pike fishing, or we might go to Ackley and see if we can get the tiger muskie to bite. Oh, dang, that's even smaller than mine. Mine's a 16-foot John. It's just decked out so it looks bigger. But yours is a V-hull though, right? Fiberglass V-hull? What's up, Bryson? It just looks bigger. It's like the disclaimer on the... No, never mind. Oh, aluminum V-hull, okay. What do you run on it for a motor? Prop or jet? I think I recall you saying yours is a prop boat. Caught a northern pike yesterday off Kool-Aid Chicken. Nice. Oh, I was just curious what he was running. Why, David? What are you running for a boat? All right, let's try in the shallows over here for once. Maybe we got something sitting in the pocket over here. 50 horsepower? Okay. And yours is, I assume, a newer motor, direct injection oil. You don't have to mix fuel and oil. 5 feet because the fish cost so much. If you let water go below 10°C, the bacteria dies off in the filters, and you have problems with fish until the bacteria builds up again. Erie had a historic year for walleye. People catching limits within friends' boats. They have a big ass boats. For Erie, my favorite is pontoon boats and muskie fishing. Yeah, pontoon boats, man, they'd be nice. There's so much room on a pontoon boat. But everywhere I go fishing, watching people try to load pontoons back onto the trailer, they just look like a nightmare. You got to get it sitting perfectly level, and I don't know. You just drank a whole soda. You're not having anything else.
That doesn't sound like soda. It sounds like lemonade.
You just drank a whole one. You're not thirsty. The Edmund Fitzgerald went down. 2021 Merc 50. Okay, that's a nice, much nicer and newer than mine. I'm running a 1984 Evinrude, 2-stroke. 75 horsepower, but when you put the jet foot on there, it cuts your power by, it's like 30% or something like that. So it's probably closer to a 50 horse. And I gotta mix my fuel and oil. Muskie and coves or tributaries? They're easy to load, you think? Oh, really? I don't know. I just, watching people on the boat ramps, it seems like every damn dude with a pontoon ends up, pulling the boat on, backing the boat off. Pulling the boat on, then they get it onto shore and it's sitting crooked, so they gotta back the boat down. Then they try and reposition it and drive, up to keep it level, and it's just, I don't know. Maybe they're just all noobs and they don't know what they're doing. But every time I see them, I'm like, damn, I'm so glad my boat is easier to load and unload. A lot of docks help you load for a fee, of course, but they do it all day long. I think it ripped apart on the surface, but it was taking on water and listing from open hatches. It's because they're drunk, maybe, David. I don't know. Dave, it's more like koi ponds than you realize because it's a small body of water, fish piss and shit to laminate. I don't know. I usually do pretty well loading my boat up. It's fairly simple. It's, you know, a 16-foot flat bottom John. As long as I get her between the goalposts, I can crank her on and manhandle her around to get her flat. That's what I fear about getting a bigger boat, is that it's just gonna be that much harder to load and unload by myself. Salmon are herding up near Pulaski, Steely's for days. Yeah, I don't know where that's at, Blacksmith. A&J fishing. Nope, we haven't caught anything yet. $20-foot fiberglass Ranger, bunk trailer, loads pretty easy. Good song to listen to by Gordon Lightfoot. Jesus Christ. Is that a nibble or a bite or the wind? When I fish, I have to find the time that works because I have two sons, both under 6 years of age, so I know how it is. They do everything when I'm fishing. Oh yeah, he doesn't want to be here to begin with, so he gets especially uncooperative, hoping that I get frustrated enough that I'll just take him home. We hit upper Michigan first on river, then follow down Indiana side other week. Thank you, Rod, BRB. All right, Bob. Edmund didn't give a mayday call. The shore knew they were listening. Rod, do you ever cast and retrieve lure fish, or more let your rod hang out and wait kind of guy? I do. I much prefer throwing, you know, a crankbait and being more active fishing. But it doesn't fit the format for live streaming. I like to be able to interact with the audience and to answer you guys' questions and chat with you. So more often than not, when I'm streaming, I'm going to be doing bottom fishing or bobber fishing to where I can sit in front of the screen and watch the screen instead of wandering around casting. I've tried a few streams where I'm out and actively casting, and it's much harder to keep up with the chat, especially when it gets busy. And I find that a lot of people come and leave because they're asking questions that are going unanswered. They come here to chat, not just to watch. So, won't let me send what I want. I will send you a video of my mate's pond and filters. Okay, Dave. Yeah, if you go on my community page, on my YouTube page, you can either post a link to it or you can post pictures or videos there. I also have a Discord. If you use Discord, you can hop on there and send information to me as well. Yeah, I'd be curious to look at it. A fish pond would be fun. I would think that I'd end up having a frozen block of ice every year and have to replace the fish every year, which kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, I've got enough acreage to do it, and in fact, it would be nice to have, you know, like a settling pond or somewhere on my property because it floods right now. It'd be nice to have somewhere for me to direct all of the excess water. A lot less harder to engage with people if you're casting. It is. Wind direction, I think, Joel, but we'll see what Rod says. Looks like you're fishing down current, but you said earlier. Yeah, the wind is actually blowing the water in the opposite direction of the flow. So that is upstream. That is downstream. But the wind is blowing everything this way. More to it than you would think. You would dig a natural pond, that would be easier. Yeah, I mean, if I were to dig a hole anywhere on my property, I could fairly easily fill it with rain runoff and whatnot. My property currently floods multiple times a year. We get runoff from surrounding properties, and anytime we get a good rain, I get a pond, you know, in my yard anyway. It's just not where I would want a pond. Yeah, it seems like anytime the wind kicks up enough, especially with a shallow river like this that doesn't have a whole lot of current. We're towards the end of the year. This particular river has a handful of reservoirs upstream from it that feed it, and they're letting very little water out of them currently. So there's not a whole lot of current to begin with. So any amount of wind seems to reverse the direction of the flow. At least on the surface. I think underneath the river is actually still flowing, but the surface water kind of goes backwards, if that makes sense. Cast behind the bridge pillar downstream. You really can't. So you'll see it gets super shallow there. I mean, you can see the bottom. And right over there, I would like to fish off of that end of it, but it's like a forest where there's nowhere to sit or stand. It would just be a nightmare. Tangles. But again, the main reason that I fish here is that carp that got off my line last year. This is right where I was fishing, using the same, you know, baits. We're here to see if the state record carp is ready to come out and play again. I'm gonna give the old fish whistle a blow and try and send some luck your way. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hey, Redneck. How you doing, buddy? Out and about with M&D. Welcome to the channel. What are you fishing for? Carp, pike, trout, walleye. We're fishing for whatever wants to come out and play. Truly what I'd like to get out of here and what I come down to this specific spot to fish for is There's a monster carp that I lost last year that would have annihilated our Montana state record carp. So when I come here and sit and fish, that's what I'm after. Doing good, Redneck. How are you? Crazy videos. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Weedy balls. Yeah, right now we're using hot dog buns and Nightcrawlers. We're in central Montana. We're fishing the Sun River in Great Falls, Montana right now. It's like the west side of Great Falls. Southwest side. Yeah, there's just a really, really big carp that I had on the bank last year, and I couldn't get it in my net. She ended up breaking off and getting away. And I'm 100% convinced it would have beat our state record. So that's what we're here really fishing for. There's all sorts of fish. There's all sorts of fish in here. I reckon she lives over in one of them holes on the far bank. Could be. That's where she kept trying to go back to. She spooled my line, my reel, twice while I was trying to pull her in. What's up, Ricky Bobby? For bass? No, there's no bass in here that I'm aware of. Oh, what's my favorite lure for bass? Normally when I fish for bass, and bass fishermen are gonna shake their head at this, but I bobber fish with a Nightcrawler. That's how I bass fish. Other than that, I mean, bass are like pike. They're a highly voracious predator. They will bite at nearly anything you throw in the water. I've caught them off of spinners. I've caught them off of cranks. I've caught them off of, wacky rigs, Texas rigs. Pretty much anything in my tackle box I've caught a bass off of. But more often than not, if I'm actually targeting bass and I'm somewhere where there are bass, I throw out a bobber and a worm. You're a tournament bass fisherman. Yep, so you're going to shake your head and laugh at that, but that's the biggest bass and the most bass I've ever caught was off a bobber and a worm. Granted, my biggest bass is only 2 pounds, so it's not a species I target often around here. There aren't a lot of water bodies that have largemouth bass in it. And the ones that have smallmouth in it are an hour and a half away from here, so I don't fish them very often. I run a tournament club at 25 to 50 boats, 2 people teams. Nice, Ricky. Can you run 2 rods? No, 1 rod per person in this particular water body in central Montana. We have 2 rods out here. Technically, one of them is the kiddo's rod. Or if Fish, Wildlife, and Park comes and asks, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, so here in central Montana, if you're on a lake, a reservoir, a pond, you can have 2 poles, 2 hooks. If you're on a river or a stream or a creek, you're allowed 1 pole, 2 hooks. Yeah, I was shaking my head. Joel, you shake your head at everything I do. That's nothing new. No hoot owl on Sun right now? No, they lifted the hoot owl restrictions a month ago almost. And the hoot owl restrictions, even when in place, don't come down this far. They stop at where the Muddy Creek comes into the Sun, which is in Vaughan. Lee, I'm in Upper Peninsula. I stream my tournaments while I have service. Nice. Yeah, Ricky, we run, I'm real rural here in Montana. Most of the places don't get enough service to stream. I run a Starlink Mini. I just saw your YouTube name. Almost sank my boat Saturday's tournament. Live well overflow, must have plugged, filled boat 3/4 full. Dang, that's scary, Ricky. We're fishing for carp, northern pike, walleye, rainbow, brown trout. There's a whole bunch of different things in here. Want to get out there now hunting? Now, the biggest carp I've ever caught, or almost caught, came right out of this hole here, and I've caught multiple 15-plus pound pike in this general vicinity of the Sun River. Bass fishermen would shit their pants if they caught a huge angry carp. What, Damien? You gotta point your mouth at me when you're speaking. You caught a... I can't hear anything you're saying, man. The nephew came over for some Forza, had to snot him for a few races. I subbed lives ago, but haven't chatted. Oh, right on, Ricky. Well, I appreciate the sub. Thanks for coming and hanging out. You're welcome to chat. We usually have a good group of people in here chatting. All right, we're gonna spice this up a little bit and throw a full crawler on here. They just ain't digging this little nub. We're gonna give them something a little more interesting to bite at. And I wish I had brought my salmon eggs. Forgot my damn salmon eggs. Of course, they're in the boat. Still targeting pike or some other species. Pike, carp, walleye, trout, whatever wants to come bite. In a few here, I think I'm gonna ditch the bobber here and throw a crankbait on. See if we can maybe get something a little bigger to come out. Right next to that pillar, right where I just cast, I've caught a bunch of pike in the past. They tend to swim around through that center channel under the bridge. Dave, that's because I'm always switching back and forth between my truck, basically my go bags, and my boat. So yeah, a lot of stuff I have duplicates of because I get tired of forgetting them. But yeah, it seems inevitably anytime I bank fish, I forget some stuff in the boat. What's up, Touch of Native Teasers? Break out that can of Spam. No, I don't have any Spam with me today. My first outing this year had a live well pump burn up and the hole in the pump leak. Filled up the boat pretty good. Dang. Yeah, I've fortunately never had anything like that happen. I did once and the boat trailer into the water and was dinking around getting the boat started, and I went back to pump the fuel tank because it wouldn't start. I forgot to pressurize the fuel line and noticed that the whole back end was filling up. I'd forgot to put the damn boat plug in. That's the only time I've ever had a near disaster, but I didn't actually, it didn't make it off the trailer in that state. We just pulled the boat back up the boat ramp, let it drain, and I put my plug in. Worst part is my bilge pump wouldn't come on until luckily halfway back to the boat ramp. Throw a shiny spoon. Those things piss off the pike. I feel like I'm cheating using spoons. Spoons used to be my go-to for pike. I fished the crap out of spoons back in the day. I feel like ever since I switched to throwing cranks, I've caught way more pike and bigger pike. Every once in a while, I still will throw out a spoon for a pike if the cranks aren't working. But usually a crankbait's my go-to for pike these days, if I'm not dead baiting. Just watching some fishing live streams. We all noticed while you're out fishing what you forgot that day. Oh yeah. No, it's inevitable. It seems like every time I go bank fishing, there's something that I meant to bring with that is left in the damn boat. I think any of you guys that alternate between bank and boat fishing probably run into the same thing. We've all forgot the plug once or twice. I feel like I'm cheating using the live scope. Yeah, I've never fished with live scope. I would love to get one to play around with it. Next thing on my boat though is an electric trolling motor. We're still trolling around with my big old jet. Too scared to throw a crank at pike. I feel like I'll get them snatched, so I'll only really throw larger than life spoons. Oh man, El Dabo, you should be throwing cranks, man. Cranks are incredibly effective for pike. How many in the rod squad these days? 275 as of today. Yeah, there's quite a few people in the rod squad, though about 95% of them are gifted memberships. So. Most of those, I would assume, aren't going to be returning. I run into in between tournament because one will be small A tournament dominates, so I take out a lot of largemouth rods and tackle, but then largemouth bite will be on. Oh, okay. If you can get your boat on the plane, most of the water will drain out with the plug out. That's good to know. Hopefully I never have to try that out, Joel. Pearl or white cranks destroy pike. Yep, Hammy, that's pearl white with red eyes is my probably most hit pike crankbait that I have for pike. That and anything with perch coloring on it. I got my own membership. Nice, Jacob. Redneck says, "Not me, man. I'm in for the long haul." I appreciate that. You guys, the you know, the dollar or whatever that is a month, it's not a lot, but it does help pay. Again, we have a $165 a month Starlink bill to pay that I wouldn't be able to stream from 95% of the places that I've been streaming from without it. So I appreciate y'all that help support the channel. No biggie for those that don't. You're still welcome to hang out and fish with us. I can afford it, even if none of y'all you know, buy the subscriptions or the membership or whatever. But it is cool to see people, you know, kicking a few bucks to help out. Starlink, I want one so bad. Yeah, it's super handy. You know, again, like I said, most of the places that I stream from, there's, I mean, zero cell signal. I would not be able to stream without it. Man, these fish are asleep today. They're just not hitting. Smelt. Yeah, dead bait, cut bait is a real good method for pike too, especially bigger pike. Them bigger, older pike are harder to fool with lures. Hey, Bobby A. Normally got one by now? Yeah, we normally have something. I'm half contemplating doing a night stream tonight. I don't have a whole lot of work scheduled for tomorrow. So after we pick me up from work, we might head back out somewhere and do another night stream somewhere. pickled herring. So what was somebody telling me the other day? Pickled pike. That's what somebody was telling me. They told me I should, instead of freezing it, that I should pickle it. I'm gonna have to ask my mom if she's got my grandma's pickling recipe. State record carp, it's gonna happen, I believe. One of these days I'm gonna pull that fat bastard back out of here. I am. I went home. Not often do I leave fishing angry, and I was angry that night. I was so close to landing it, and it would not fit in the net. I went out the next day and bought the biggest net that I could find. Like, I am never having this happen again. And then look at me here today. I'm here fishing with the same damn net. I forgot my big net. It's in the boat. I moved it to the boat. Looks nice there. I love fishing the Sun River. Out of all the rivers around here, I don't know, Sun River, this is the river that I caught my first fish on way back in the day. My first pike came out of the Sun River. And I've always been fond of the Sun. There's just so many different things in here. And it's a shallow, it's a smaller river. Oh, El Dabo, $20 bones. I'm not gay anymore. Hell. Appreciate the super chat there, El Dabo. It's okay if you're gay. We don't mind, buddy. What band wrote the song? I'm not gay anymore. That is a weird comment for a super chat. But I think that's why you did it. You knew I'd have to read it. El Dubbo, you're kind of a butthole. I still love you though, buddy. In a not gay way. It's not a small, I mean, I'll show you the net. It's not like it's a tiny net. It just, a 50-pound carp doesn't fit in most nets. It's a good sized net. I mean, it's, I don't know, 18 inches across, 20 inches long. But I just, for the life of me, I could not get the carp in it. I wasn't planning on fishing this spot here today. I was gonna go down upstream a little bit. The kiddo wanted to fish this spot. Is it rubber? Yeah, it's a full rubber net. I really like the net. I do. I use it for tons of other fish. If I don't think I'm gonna catch a monster, that's my go-to net. Been yelling that at people all week. What if you catch it again? If I catch it again, I am literally dumping everything out of my pockets, and you'll see me diving in there and wrestling that fat bastard onto the shore. We're not losing it again. Figure you gave me enough entertainment for a dono. Thanks, El Dabo. I appreciate the support. I'm glad you enjoy the stream. I enjoy having you here. And Joel, I don't know who sings that song. I'm not familiar with Dreams I'll Never See. Only had pike once because the guy who cooked it knew how to take out the Y bones, and I was surprised. As a bass angler, I hate them, so eating one felt great. Oops, I'm wrapped up here. No, piker are my favorite fish to eat, freshwater fish. They're delicious. The Y bones aren't that hard to get out. You just gotta, you have to do it a few times. It takes a few reps. Bobby A, what's up, Rod? How's it going? Doing good. Just no fish yet. Rubber is so much better for trouble. It is. It is. I have a hard time. And if any of you guys know of a good, large landing net, you know, wide, it's got the width on it, and also long, the depth on it. If you know that I find ones bigger than this one, it's all like rubber coated nylon, and they're garbage. When you're using anything with a treble hook, they get all wrapped up in there and stuck in there, and I hate them. Oh yeah, you will literally see me dive in there after it. We'll get her on the bank, and my ass is getting wet and wrestling her onto the shore. He's too busy digging for treasures. I've trophy fished an entire life for pike, but I've never ate one. My choice fish are walleye and rainbow trout. I don't mind brookies.
I wouldn't make widows.
Well, if I trusted you with a knife, I'd give you a knife to whittle on it, but I don't trust you with a knife. And be careful with that. That's rusty. If you poke it, you're going to have to go into the doctor and get a tetanus shot.
What's a tetanus shot?
It's a shot that prevents you from getting tetanus or lockjaw. Huh?
What happens if you let poke you? So.
You can get something called tetanus or lockjaw, and your muscles around your mouth get to the point where they get so tense that you can't open your mouth anymore. Mm-hmm. All right, watch out. You're in my cast area. Oh, the kiddo's here with me. What are you fishing for? Common carp, northern pike, walleye, or trout? Or the new Fox net is good too. That's the brand, Fox? Looks like crappie heaven. Yeah, there's no crappie in here, unfortunately.
What happens if you don't eat?
You die.
So if you got tetanus, you die?
Tetanus. If you get tetanus and you don't get a tetanus shot, then yeah, it can be fatal. It can kill you. And it's a very painful way to die. My nephew's just getting super into fishing. He always showing me new lures and talking about the tackle box. Yeah, I've tried getting him into it. When we bluegill fish, he'll fish. He likes catching. He likes catching. He doesn't like fishing. So as long as he's catching, he's good with it. But if it takes any real amount of effort, then he's over it. Outdoors, it's my son. Oops, sorry guys. Howdy. No, nothing yet. Has he been in the boat with you? Yeah, he goes out on the boat every once in a while. Damien, you drank a whole lemonade. I've had like one sip out of my bottle of Mountain Dew. You're not thirsty. You're bored. There's a difference. Yeah, you'll see him in a couple. There's a couple of videos of him on the boat on my channel. There's one video of him catching a pretty nice carp. He's on the channel on a few of my videos. Normally he stays home with mom or with grandma when I'm out fishing though. Blood poisoning, yep. Always bring a jug of water. Oh, he just drank like a whole 1 liter sized lemonade. I think he's pissed like 3 times since we've been here. He's not dehydrated, he's just simply bored. You guys ever take the boat out just to swim? Maybe throw a jig while you're at it?
You want to go to McDonald's closest store where they food?
We'll have to ask Mama. I think she was gonna cook steak tonight. I don't know. We got to talk to Mama.
Mama's gonna ask it.
Do you ever take the boat out and just swim? Maybe throw a jig? Not often. Usually, if I have the boat out, my purpose is fishing. He's gone swimming a couple of times when we've been out in the boat. No, I don't think we're going to McDonald's, buddy. Mama will cook something for dinner when we get home. It's 7 o'clock. Mama gets off at 8 o'clock. We'll be leaving here in 45 minutes to go pick her up from work. Just chill, buddy. Come on. T-bone sounds good. I just told you, 45 minutes. We'll be leaving. Can you please chill? Come on, buddy. I usually got a boat full of people on the lake with me, swimming while we fish. Yeah, no, I think the last time he went swimming while we were on the boat, a buddy of mine that was with me picked him up and threw him in the water because he was being such a pest. And he swam around for about 5 minutes till he realized he was getting a good distance away from the boat, and then he was frantically trying to swim back to the boat, realizing that he doesn't actually know how to swim. I don't know, it was kind of amusing. Probably not the greatest experience for him, but the rest of us enjoyed it. It's funny how impatient kids are. Oh God, yeah, no, he didn't want to come, and I think when he doesn't want to be here, he intentionally tries to be as annoying as humanly possible, hoping that I'll get frustrated and just take him back home. Walleye fishing. I miss the days when McDonald's sounded better than steak. Oh, yeah, no, McDonald's never sounds better than steak for me. There aren't many things that I would rather eat than a nice fat steak. I haven't had a T-bone in years, though. Normally I go with either a ribeye or we get short ribs, beef short ribs. Definitely thrown the kids on the boat more than a few times. Yeah, no, it's like we load the boat in the water and we're 2 minutes into the fishing trip, and he's like, "Are we going home yet?" It's like, oh God, it's gonna be one of those days. What's up, Flyer Jet? Welcome to the channel. Ribeyes are great. I do, yeah, ribeyes probably my favorite cut. Kids are impatient because most of them are watching this fishing show on. Oh, that's exactly it, Joel. He does. He spends way too much time in front of a tablet. It drives me nuts. I really wish he would. We could get him into something else. He does like his books. He likes to draw. He likes to play with Legos and build things. But he is overly addicted to, the tablet. Charcoal T-bones are my next favorite. Oh, that sounds so good. How you doing today, Flyer Jet? I like rump steak or ribeye. Rump steak, huh? I've heard of a rump roast. Never actually, I thought when you cut a rump down, isn't that just a round? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong part. It's been a long time since I've butchered an animal. Yeah, I could have sworn if you cut down a rump roast and that's where the rounds come from. Am I wrong? Give him 2 sticks, tell him you need a fire. If only. All right, let's get one more cast on this bad boy. Make sure we still got. I want to get this a little over. There's a down tree over here, and actually, when I caught that big carp, buddy, if any bikes come by, you need to get out of the path there. Okay. Fat one on the line. It was actually upstream here, just slightly. There's a fallen tree over here. I'm gonna cast towards that guy. After we get a nice fresh chunk of bread on here. All right, I'm starting to see a few fish surface and eat off the top. So maybe we got a bite coming on here. What the hell just happened there? Oh, Lord. What did we do? Oh. Getting all tangled up here. Alrighty. Does look very carpy over there. Yeah. Now this, we just cast right off the, so there's this fallen tree branch over here, and I cast right off the point of it. That's where that big hunker came out of. It's been 5 minutes, not 45 minutes. Stop, buddy. Please, quit. It's my birthday, you gotta get the biggest. Burke, we will try. Hello, brother. Hey, it's Golden with Joe. In Oregon, fishing for salmon tomorrow. Get a toad. Nice, Joe. Hope you get some nice salmon over there. Whereabouts in Oregon are you at? Hey, Josie. Welcome, welcome. Throw on that crankbait you said you were going to. Let's see some casting action. Yeah, Joel, I think that's probably a good idea. You guys tried to tip sirloin grilling steaks. They're not bad priced. It's pretty tender 90% of the time. I caught a rod, I did. Oh, here comes the jet boat again. Plug your ears, guys. It's about to get loud. Bank's a bit shitty. Did you say it's your birthday? Yeah, happy birthday, Burks. Rockaway Beach, sunny rod, warm. Yeah, we haven't caught a damn thing, Josie. We'll fish with the bobber here for another 5 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna throw on a crank and a leader. Rockaway Beach. I'm trying to think where the hell that is. Rockaway Beach. So you're on the coast, right? Rockaway Beach, that'd be on the Pacific coast, or are you further inland, Joe? I was out on a Sea-Doo boat the other day. It maxed out at 66. Yeah, that's a little fast to be going on a small watercraft like that. Sounds fun until you eat shit. What's up, Doofus Walker? How you doing, buddy? Hooked on Muscle, how you doing? No, it's not mine. It's Burke's birthday. My birthday's in December. I would hate to hit a rod at 66. Yeah. The water, I'm sure, gets real hard at speeds like that. Like hitting concrete. I caught 2, lost 4. Hubby beat me, caught 4. Smallies? I assume you were catching, Josie? Damien. Damien. What? Get up and out of the path. There's somebody coming through. Nah, you didn't miss anything crazy. No, not tonight so far. They're not biting yet. All right there, puppy. Hi, puppy. Is it a rot?
Yep.
He's a pretty dog. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Thank you. 66 miles old. 66 mph on the water. That's fast. It is. Yeah, my boat maxes out at like 30, 32 miles an hour, and that's plenty fast enough. I would hate to hit the water going that fast. Dog's name is Spike. Big old fat Rottweiler. She got it muzzled and stuff though. Pretty calm water though. Oh God, it would have to be hitting speeds like that. I don't think I'd be trying for speeds like that unless it was pretty much glass. Then again, I'm in a flat bottom John, so the slightest wake or ripples like driving down a bumpy dirt road. Appreciate the sub, Flyer Jet. Thanks for joining the channel. My jet ski goes 82, supercharged Yamaha with some mods and a tune. Man, that is redonkulously fast to be going on the water. You ever wrecked it going fast like that? That'd be brutal. I like Rotties. One of my mates lost one a bit ago. They're beautiful dogs, and they can be a very good dog. I just know that the people that I know that have had Rottweilers in the past, they can be a very temperamental dog. They're one of those dogs that they just have they go from being docile, calm, cute, and nice to like snappy real quick. And that's a big dog to be dealing with if it decides it's gonna get grumpy. Cost him $260 for a 40 to 45 mile trip. Not yet. I've thrown myself off at 60 a few times. Yeah, that wouldn't be very pleasant either. Well, Josie, I'm glad you had a good day out fishing. Largemouth. Oh, largies. Okay. Just shy of 2 pounds. Got dark too quick. Yeah, we have about a half an hour left to fish here. Unfortunately, it's going to be a fairly short stream. We're just down here killing time, waiting for Mia to get off work. I am seriously contemplating going home, getting a bite to eat, and heading back out somewhere to do some night fishing though. I kind of want to go fish below Maroney Dam. All right, are we better? Damien, please stay where I can see you, buddy. Sorry about that. I don't know what the deal was. I just restarted the live, though. We should be good. No, not out of battery. It's just a connection issue. Not a damn thing, ANJ. We're still trying. We have about 30 minutes before I have to wrap up this stream and go pick me up from work, but I think I'm gonna head back out after I drop me and the kiddo off at home and get a bite to eat. I think we're gonna head out and do a night stream somewhere. Damien, away from the bank. Don't break the tree. Stop. Well, it's gone now. You threw it. What are you gonna go for? If we go to Maroney Dam, there's smallmouth down there. I mean, it's pretty much anything that's in the Missouri is in the Missouri below Maroney Dam. Smallmouth, northern pike, walleye, sauger, saugeye, carp, channel cats. What I usually target when I'm down there is pike and channel cat. But I did find a spot down there the last time that I was down there that I was pulling smallies out just one after the next after the next. Damien, get back here. Hey guys. Nah, nothing yet. Nothing biting.
Motion detected in the side yard.
Now, but one of the shh. What? I can't understand anything.
I got a bleed.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any band-aids on me. What the hell did you get that from?
Well, I was just climbing up there. I just picked up a stick, trying to reach it, and then it splintered me. Now
Oh.
it's this.
Well, I would say stick it in your mouth and suck on it, but you've been touching all sorts of gross stuff, so wipe it off on your pant leg, and when we get home, I'll get you a band-aid.
No, I'm definitely not doing it on it.
Well, go wipe it off in the grass then over there. Your wife cooks up a steak, secretly put a piece in your pocket to use for bait. I've never tried that. Speaking of which, now that you mentioned that, I need to check and see if we have any bacon in the fridge. People keep telling me to try bacon for catfish, and it sounds like it would probably be a really good bait. But I've never tried it, and I keep forgetting to snag some out of the fridge before I go. Got any wet wipes? I do in the truck. Oh, well, we just had a muskrat swim out from where the carp was at, or where we're fishing for the carp. Oh, he went down. Hopefully he's not hungry for bread. Really don't want to catch a... The hell is that? Something else just surfaced right next to the water. Now we got stuff over here. Oh, there he is. Is that a beaver or a muskrat? If that's a muskrat, that is a giant ass muskrat. I thought it was a muskrat at first, but that thing's freaking huge. I don't know that muskrats get that big. It's either a really big muskrat or a very small beaver. Got invasive smallmouth blowing up here this year. They took over 5 connecting water bodies. I hope they get marked out for bounties. I was just talking about that the other day. I would love to do bounty fishing. I know that, like, you wouldn't make very much money at it. Most guys who do it don't, but that'd be cool as hell to go out there and fish for a fish with no limit and get paid for it. What's a muskrat? They're a similar creature to a beaver. They den up, they make little dams like beavers do. They're just much, much smaller, and they have a skinny, like, rat-like tail instead of the flat beaver tail. Super cute. Joel in Western Montana here, invasive. You're required by law that if you catch them, you have to not only kill them immediately, but you're required to, within 24 hours, report the catch to Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Park. And within 1 week, you're required to drop off the fish at the at a local Fish, Wildlife, and Park office. I don't know what the hell they do with them, but they say that edible portions of the fish will be returned upon request. But yeah, there's some water bodies that they're not meant to be in, and if you catch them, you're required to kill them and turn them over. You must have rats there. Oh yeah, we have rats. Rats, field mice. But this is a muskrat. They're a water animal. They're really, really similar to a beaver. They just have a shaped tail. Emre, Sakali, we're from Central Montana. All right, please don't spam, buddy. Oh, that was a nice fish that just surfaced right over on the other side of that tree. Right over on the back side of that tree. Fat fish. You made your own band-aid? No, buddy, that's dirty, nasty. Get that off your fucking finger. That's gonna get infected. Don't pick up dirty, gross stuff and put it on a fresh, open wound.
You mean this, the leaf?
Oh, Lord.
You mean this?
Thank you, Aldabo. Yeah, don't. Just use your pant leg, use your... Don't be picking up weird crap on the ground and putting it on a bleeding spot. But yeah, you can pay $8 a head, so scooping bass all day can pay well, or any invasive species. Lots of hunting bounties as well. Yeah, I've heard that the snake, like boa and stuff like that down in Florida and other areas. And I know from time to time different states have bounties for certain invasive fish. I know that they've had them for carp in lots of places. But $8 a head, huh? Huh. Yeah, if you got on them, that could pay decently well. What's up, Rafina? Welcome. How are you tonight? I've heard the Asian carp is invasive, but smallmouth bass just doesn't sound right to me. It's more so that the certain water bodies, you know, that they're in are, like here in Montana, I think the water body that the smallmouth is in that they don't want it in is a protected waterway for bull trout, which is, you know, slightly endangered here in Montana. So they don't want non-native species competing with native species that are, you know, having problems or having low numbers. God, man, there's a ton of fish surfacing over there. You ever launched your boat in that body of water? Hey, I mean, the Sun River here is a tributary of the Missouri River. And yeah, I do bring, I load my boat into the Missouri and bring it up river into the Sun here. And you can get no, Damien. No. That's no. If I have to tell you no one more time, your tablet will be taken away when we get home. Sorry, you guys. So you're saying smallmouth bass are just too kick-ass? Yeah, apparently they over-compete for food or whatever in those water bodies. For boar, they pay $78 a head just east of me, about 5 hours. $78 per boar? Wow. I have to think bass could wreak havoc on lakes. They're insanely aggressive and live in spawning areas. Oh yeah. A fish like that, I mean, bass are a voracious predator. You know, I mean, if they get substantial numbers in a water body, I could see them really wreaking havoc on other species, especially if, you know, they're already having problems. I can't think off the top of my head what water body. There's a couple of them in western Montana, I think, that the fishing rigs call out. But I think here in Montana, that's the only one. No, in fact, there's also walleye in western Montana are also a kill-on-catch species in more than one water body. They don't want walleye in certain water bodies over there. Rather keep the walleye and lake trout number up and replace them with bass. What's up, little acorn? I love long rods. Nice, won't let you down. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm not aware of anything here in central Montana that's like that, but western Montana, I know that multiple water bodies, smallmouth bass and walleye are kill on catch, and you're required to not only report but turn them over to Fish, Wildlife, and Park. Largemouth bass, as far as I understand, the only water bodies you're going to find largemouth bass in Montana is in ponds. Ponds and potentially some reservoirs, but I think only ponds. They're not, I don't think they're as hardy of a fish as smallmouth is.
It's almost 7. It's been like 29.
15 more minutes. I told you to stop being a pest. Today I was fishing off a dock in Kentucky Lake, and a huge fish swallowed my entire spinnerbait and then snapped my line. Would have been a first fish I have ever caught. Dang, little acorn, that's rough. I would get some stronger line or throw a leader on there and go right back out there and fish that same spot so you can figure out what it was that bit you off. Some lakes have kill on catch for pike too. I'm not aware of any in Montana, but we do have multiple water bodies in Montana that there's simply no limit on pike. You can catch as many as you want because they really don't want them in the water body. but I don't believe that they're like the walleye or smallies that they require you to kill them. You can put them back. Come on, where's that fat carp? We're running out of time. Come pay us a visit, you fat bastard, you. Washington State, it's illegal to return them to the water. Pike? Beaver State? Is that what you're talking about? It's illegal to put them back? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Here in western Montana, there's multiple water bodies that walleye and smallies are kill on catch. You can't put them back. Yep, pike. Huh. What's up, Trick Shot Crazy Jared? Yeah, I wish. I don't really need a whole freezer full of them though. I got plenty of pike already. Placid Lake, Montana, you can't let pike go. I didn't know that, ANJ. I've never heard that. That's Placid. That's western Montana. That's it's over by Missoula, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the fishing regs in western Montana as I am in central. I'll have to look that up. I was just reading over the western Montana fishing regs yesterday or the day before and didn't notice that. Anyone get your line snapped by a pickerel? Oh, I've been bitten off by pike before. These days I run a leader in most places where I expect pike might bite. 100% natural here, but fishermen used to kill the pike they caught around here. Poor sportsmanship. Yeah, I don't like doing that. I hate pulling up to fishing spots and seeing, you know, big old piles of dead carp and like Loma where I fish, by Loma or Fort Benton, people do the same thing with goldeye over there. They're not a game fish, and it's not illegal to kill and waste them, and people do constantly. A pickerel, they're of the pikes. They're yes, they're not the same thing as northern pike, but they're the same family of fish. Chain pickerel, northern pike, southern pike, muskies, tiger muskies, they're all part of the same family. The sun that makes you kill smallmouth bass and pike there. Okay, so that's one of the places that smallmouth is catch on, or kill on catch. Yeah, I didn't notice anything in the regs about pike for western Montana. Yeah, they are, but pike and pickerel, a northern pike and a chain pickerel, yes, are two different species, but they're of the same family of fish. They're very similar fish. Chain pickerel look different and don't get quite as big. They're smaller, and the bars run horizontally on them rather than vertically. But they're the same family of fish. Same toothy little bastards. No, absolutely. You're right, Rooster. Yeah, no, they're absolutely different. And then there's another southern pike, which looks like a cross between a northern pike and a chain pickerel. The bottom half of the fish has the horizontal bars like a chain pickerel does, and then the top half has the vertical bars or spots like a northern pike does. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They're different species, just part of the same family of fish. What's up, Jimmy Brownette? Rooster, all I have to say is that pickerel have razor sharp teeth. Yep. Yeah, no, all of them in that family. Pickerel, pike, muskie, they all have big, gnarly teeth. People here catch 20+ pound salmon, squeeze the roe out of them, throw them on the bank, and sell the roe to the bait shops. That's insane. Such a waste. The bait shops that buy that shit from people should get in trouble. What's up, Rob Perez? Chill. Oh, this kid is driving me bonkers. Oh. What's the score? That just reminded me of Hunter Thompson, Fear and Loathing. What's the score here? Zip zilch nada, we have caught nothing. As gnarly as walleye teeth are, they don't tend to bite the line clean off like a pike would. Yeah, I've noticed not very many people that fish for walleye fish with, you know, like a steel leader. I always will try and at least tie on, you know, like a 30-pound mono leader on them. Something thicker than you know, my braid. But yeah, while they do have gnarly teeth, they don't seem to bite people off like the pike do. BC is beautiful. Unfortunately, I live in Ontario. Ontario is surrounded by a lot of cool water bodies though to fish out of. Oh, we got wait, is that? Never mind, that's me. That's me. Damn it, I cast over my other line. What did I manage? You've never used a steel leader? Yeah, I never see people really using heavy leaders for walleye, which is surprising. They do have quite gnarly teeth. It's not bad as pike, but they're still big and they're still real sharp. Crazy how many gar I see thrown on the bank. They can get annoying, but they're native and not invasive like a lot of people think. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of people just treat gar like a junk fish, that they don't like them and they kill them. I don't like doing that with any fish. Just chiming in on the chat. What's up, Nathan? I see you guys are talking about leaders. Anytime fast water with rock, I use steel leader for the salmon, steelhead, sturgeon. Yeah, that would make sense if you're fishing around, especially if your main line is braid. Braid has really good shear strength on it. Or tensile strength, but not good shear. It cuts really easily. Chinese carp, would you kill those? We don't really have those around here in Montana, but yeah, if I were fishing in a water body that was overrun with them and the law required for you to kill on catch, then I would abide by the law. I don't particularly like killing stuff if I'm not going to eat it. I use braid for most everything. I agree, Rod. Yeah, my main line on all my poles is braid. And I do run fairly heavy braid, but even heavier braid, the shear strength on it just is not great. Oh God, this kid is driving me nuts. I'm sure you guys can hear him over there. Gar tastes pretty good. You just need bigger ones to make it worth cleaning. I've heard that there's not a whole lot of meat on the bones, which is surprising. That's why I use steel leaders. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yo, it's my favorite YouTuber. What's up, Bullfrog? Welcome, welcome, buddy. We're gonna be wrapping up here in a few minutes. Unfortunately, we have to go pick up Mia from work. She gets off in 15 minutes. But I think once we bring her home and I get a bite to eat to fill my belly, I think we're gonna go out and do a night stream somewhere. Haven't decided where yet. Was thinking maybe down below Maroney Dam. We might go a little closer to town though. Who brought the annoying little kid fishing? Mia's at work, and I've burdened Grandma enough times in the last couple of weeks. I'm trying to give her a break. So the next time I have a full day of fishing, she's not going to tell me to kick rocks. We're going fishing for muskie, pike, maybe pickerel, or saltwater. Thea, no luck so far. Big old mako shark. Man, I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you and what you do for the fishing community. We need to go fishing sometime. Hey, thanks, Nathan. I'd love to go fishing with some other people. I fish alone so often. Mia comes with me from time to time. I drag the kiddo along when I can't find a babysitter. He usually never wants to be here, though. But I'm glad you're enjoying the streams. Why did you block me? Emre, you were muted from the chat because you were spamming. Maroney Dam has good walleye fishing. Yeah, I've never actually gotten into the walleye down there. Emre says, I hope you can't hold it. Emre, I don't know what you're talking about, man, but I'm going to tell you one more time. No spamming and be nice, or it will be your last time in the chat room. Just chill, man. I'd love to have you here and hang out, but I'm not going to have you in here if you're spamming or being a butthole. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Well, definitely not the fish bite. Yeah, well, we've not had a solid bite on anything since we've been here. We've been live for almost 3 hours and not a single bite. I laid down the law, mod god style. Yeah. Rooster Tail says what? What do you mean what? Kicking rocks can be fun. Small little grubs work great at Maroney. Grubs, huh? Like mealworm, like the hard-shelled ones, or what are you referring to? Grubs are, so many people call things grubs. I never know what they're talking about. We're on Starlink right now, Dave. But I am sitting under a bridge. The Starlink is under the bridge right now too, which is not ideal. But there's enough traffic coming by here on bikes and such that all right, Emery, thanks for stopping by, but goodbye. Tell me I'm a bad person. No, he didn't just get a timeout. He's no longer welcome in the channel.
Bigger than your head.
Yeah, you should go put that one down. That's a hollyhock. That's poisonous.
What's a hollyhock?
It's what you're holding in your hand, and it's poisonous.
Can it actually, does it bleed and be poisonous?
Put it down, and don't put your fingers in your mouth until you wash your hands.
If I do, it's gonna get poisoned.
You're gonna get sick to your tummy, yes.
No, die.
Oh my lord. Anybody want a 9-year-old? I'm about done with him for tonight. A grub. Oh, a curly tail. Plastics. Okay. Go find your parents. Oh, Lord. If I put it in my mouth, will I die? I don't know, buddy. Go ahead. Let's find out. Oh, kids sometimes. He does that. He's like, if I get run over by a bus, will I die? Like, probably. My dad said us kids were kidnap proof because it would return us. Stop opening the damn bag.
No, it's just left open like that. You left it open.
Yeah, I ask Mia often if she kept the receipt. Sometimes I wish she had. Nah, he's not bad. He gets on my nerves. He's so high strung most of the time. Get back up here now. He likes to push buttons. All of the buttons, all of them at the same time. Opening bags. Now he's got the hot dog bag open, letting them dry out. My best advice, pack up, pick up Mia, go eat, and then go fishing. Yeah, he kills the whole vibe for me when I'm out. I hate to say that. I mean, when he's enjoying himself, I love it. I love being able to share that with him. But he doesn't enjoy himself most of the time when we're out, and makes me not enjoy being out. But we gotta pack up here, guys. I got about 10 minutes till Mia is off of work here. We're gonna go home, get a bite to eat, and then I'm gonna pack up the old Starlink and we'll go do some fishing somewhere else. The spot just ain't it for tonight. It's gonna take me a couple of minutes here to pack up. And I know we didn't catch anything today. But usually we at least catch something. It's not often I'm complete skunked. But I appreciate y'all hanging out and chatting with me, even though we're not catching anything. Hopefully we can change that, though. We're gonna go back out somewhere and see if we can find some fish that are willing to play. Get out of there now. Buddy, I'm trying to tell you to stay away from the edge of that so you don't fall off and hurt yourself. I've asked you multiple times to stay away from it. Get your fucking fingers out of your mouth. What did I tell you?
Actually, you sound super magic camera.
Oh my God, guys. All right, I'm ending the stream before I murder him. Probably don't need video evidence of that. We'll be back in a bit, guys. Bridge jump? Not happening, El Dabo. All right, you guys. We'll be back in a bit.